Hello everyone, Brendan Snyder here. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to a pretty cool video here that I'm excited to make. It is a tour through my music collection. Most of you guys know that I had recently moved, and when I say recent, it's now been about 6 months. But before this, I lived in Manhattan for 23 years and recently moved out to New Jersey. Bought a house. I'm expanding. I went from a 350 square foot apartment to a 2,000 square foot house. So I've now got lots and lots of places to store my more than 11,000 CD collection. Of course, I also got a lot of box sets and records and cassettes and things of that nature too. And I thought it would be a good time to do an update and tour my music collection, because the last time I did this, we were still in my tiny little New York City apartment, and that was a different way of storing things. Now, of course, I still got some stuff that is in boxes. I've got more than 3,000 of them out here around me like this, but I thought I'd give you guys an update, so stick around for that and let's go do a tour. All right, so as we go up the top of the stairs here, we enter into my music room that I had built as part of my new house here. So this area here holds 3,700 CDs, and it's divided up into different genres. So this area that's here is actually just straight ahead rock. And then as we move over into here, this first portion is glam metal, and that part of it there is heavy metal. And of course, you can see across the top, I got some memorabilia and things that are out with it. Box sets, I've got this whole nice slew of the smaller style box sets, but I do own over 200 plus box sets in total, of course, all varying sizes and whatnot. But I like having some stuff out on display. And of course, it certainly makes it a lot nicer to be able to get all of these things out right at my fingertips. Even though this is only 3,700 of my total more than 11,000 collection, it's nice to have these out. All right, so moving on, as we come through that doorway there, which is the music room that I was just showing you guys, we're actually in what would be considered my bedroom, or the master bedroom. And of course, I'm having music in every single room. I'm sure you guys feel the same way. But you guys remember the Wall of Wonder? 800 CDs in that thing. Built that back in college, and that's, of course, was my main display CD rack from when I was living in New York City in the tiny 350 square foot apartment. But I brought that thing along. I couldn't get rid of it. I still wanted to have it out. And so now it's actually part of the bedroom itself. And it still operates the same way. That is like the 800 best, or my most played CDs. So that's in this room, and you can see the stereo setup with the TV and everything there. So I like to have those things together and combined like that, even though I've actually got, you know, stereos and record players and things in most rooms throughout this house. So you saw in the other video that I had the stereo and the TV setup and so forth. And this is the area I like to sit and listen to my music. As you can see, I kind of create a little semicircle type area there of all the latest things that have come out that I have purchased. That's just how I like to do it. I'm a guy who likes to sit on the floor. I don't like sitting in furniture and stuff. And so I've got all of this stuff, and, you know, latest and greatest with the box sets that have come out, our recent vinyl purchases and things as part of Record Store Day, other boxes and stuff, and used CDs that I've found. And of course, there's the record player and vinyl and things that go along with that. But just all together, that's my favorite area that I like to sit and listen to music. And also within this room, on the other side of that Wall of Wonder that you saw, there's more vinyl sitting there. And I've got to get some racks and things for this to go into, but I've got various different things here. 45s, of course, 10 inches and whatnot. Always really enjoyed this one here. The Love Hate Live EP, Alice Cooper and so forth. But good little amount there to go along with what you previously saw. All right, upstairs, still in the same room up here, I've also got 2 walk-in closets like that. And if you guys recall, in my previous apartment, I had a lot of boxes of CDs, and they each held 90 CDs. I had ridiculous amounts in there, and I still have to have some of those because obviously I can't get them all out, you know, on the shelves in the music room that I would like. And of course, the 800 CD Wall of Wonder isn't going to cut it. So I basically turned these walk-in closets into more music storage. All right, so let's head over now and check this out. We're going to open this up. And so as you can see, a bunch of those white boxes there, each still holding 90 CDs, 17 boxes total. Then I've got box sets and things in the back of this. Those are those bigger style ones that don't fit out like the littler ones. And of course, it's a closet. I still got to have a place for clothing and things of that nature, but it gets relegated to one side and the music gets everything else, as it should be. So we're in the closet here where I've got some of these bigger box sets, and I just wanted to pull a few of them out to show you guys types of ones that I've got. You know, Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. I've got this cool one here from Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds, the musical edition here. Very cool 70s prog thing going on. This was a cool one from last year. Kiss's Destroyer. So lots of awesome box sets that I can't be without, but it's pretty easy to get to them here with them all sort of done like a library book style where I can just slide them out, see them on the spine kind of a thing. This one, King Crimson, On and Off the Road. And let's see what else we got in here. A Depeche Mode box set that's in here. And we'll do a Floyd. I'll show you that one there, Dark Side of the Moon. But lots and lots of cool stuff. And one final one, another Floyd, because Floyd's my favorite band. This one here, The Later Years, another one that I really love. But lots and lots of cool box sets. And of course, these boxes, they just slide off like this. Tops come off of this. If this is the first time you're watching this video and you'd never seen me get into these before, each one of these like this, 90 CDs in here. This one here being a box of all Wounded Bird stuff. When I group these together, they're not random. A lot of times there's some relation between why it's all in one box together. Got some John Anderson because I'm a big fan of Yes. But all the stuff that's in this one here is all Wounded Bird. It's all one record label. And I've got ones for Rock Candy Records. I've got 2 boxes of that. Sometimes I group boxes that are all of one artist. I have a box of all Mr. Big and the offshoots and things like that. I've got one for Yes. It's all the side projects of the band Yes. And I've got one of 60s rock and stuff like that. So various reasons why they end up in a box like this so I can find this stuff. And then usually the rows of this stuff are by a genre or something to that nature, so that again I know right where to go for it. All right, back in the music room, and as I mentioned just before that I have 2 of those big walk-in closets. So if we head over to this one here and we open it up, this one here is all music. We've got just more box sets and things up front like that. We've got boxes of CDs. Those ones on top are empty. They're waiting for new ones, but each of those holding 30 CDs in them. Quite a few. Some other memorabilia, and you see 45s there. And then lots and lots of boxes up here. All again, 90 CDs in there. A lot of you guys ask about my guitars. There's my guitars on the floor there. But yeah, so another walk-in closet full of music. All right, so inside this closet, we got a various box sets that are here. I mentioned about these cardboard boxes that hold 90 CDs apiece. This is a UFO box set. So like when I was talking about the white ones that are all of one genre, a record label, a particular band, that's the way these are. So I can grab my UFO box and go enjoy it. I've got one here for Dokken and Lynch Mob. Goes well with the shirt I'm wearing. Got a Dream Theater. These were just the empty ones on top, but I've got one with Rat in it and so forth. King's X, Alice Cooper. It just goes on and on. And it's just one of the ways that I have found that I can help store stuff and make it easy to find, because man, I would love to have all 11,000 CDs out, but there just isn't the room, because when you're putting them out on the shelves, they really take up a lot more space than grouped together in the boxes the way they can store, or even like this. So that's just the way that it is. One day, if I'm a millionaire, I will build the ultimate music room that is just essentially the whole house and do that. I've got box sets in here too. Bob Mould Sugar, Cheap Trick, great box set from the 90s. I mentioned being a Yes fan. Here's a Yes box set. Cool one from Michael Schenker Group, Live One. One of my all-time favorite box sets is a Bruce Springsteen, simply called Tracks. It's all unreleased material, and it just goes on and on from there. Winery Dogs, Dog Treats, cool Megadeth one, War Chest, just all kinds of different things. Jane's Addiction, and it just goes on and on. But these are all box sets and things that just really don't have a home the way that they can stack or store together, all different sizes and things like that, so they end up in here, making a place for me, another little mini music room, if you will. Okay, so I'm actually down in my basement. I have a finished basement, but as you can see, I'm still getting it put together. Bunches of boxes and things still out and around down here. I know I've been here 6 months. It's gonna take a bit. Got an old dining room set, got that high boy that's there, but I got that closet that's back there. What do you think is inside that closet? All right, if we head on over to the closet and we open this up, there are more boxes inside here. Yes, each one of these are housing bunches and bunches of CDs. So this just becomes the overflow. This is the stuff that I'm rarely gonna get to, but I am not gonna get rid of from my collection. And if you notice this grouping of boxes here, this is actually the boxes that were from the boxes I haven't gone through in 25 years and all that music memorabilia, merchandise, etc. So those are down here waiting to get unboxed. And then if you pan over here, I've got a stereo down here as well. This one actually comes from my grandmother. Kind of cool to have this one here, make it part of the space. I'd like to be able to turn this area down here into another listening room at some point. Okay, and there you go. That is how I store my more than 11,000 CD collection. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour, seeing the various bits and places throughout my new home where I'm storing all this stuff, because like I said, I wish I had the space in order to just build one ginormous music room that had it all. But of course, it all comes down to money and space and everything in the end of the day. So it's a lot more than, you know, one would think. But hey, I've got this cool music room up here. I've got more than 3,700 of my favorite albums out here. I've also got the 800 plus that are in the bedroom. And then I've got pretty easy access to the ones that are in the boxes in those closets, as well as my box sets and so forth. And at least for me, that works. I mean, everyone's got their ways of doing things. And a lot of you guys might ask, you know, why didn't I just turn the basement into a music room? A lot of you guys have done that, and that's cool. I'm worried about flooding. Now, I did buy my house in a place that is in a very good, or it's not a high rate of flood district type thing. But I'm not taking the chances, because, you know, that once in 100-year flood or whatever rainstorm, you know, could certainly do it. And so I'm storing some boxes down there. And if you didn't notice, they're actually raised up off the floor 4 or 5 inches. So should that start to flood, I'd have an opportunity to go down and get it. Up here though, on the second floor, that's not going to happen. I mean, unless the roof is ripped off. But that's why I opted to store all my stuff up here on the second floor and try to prevent any sort of flooding or that sort of stuff. So that's why I chose not to use the basement as the music room, and to do it in a different place up here on the second floor. But to each his own, right? You guys may choose to do that. That's very cool. I'm choosing to do it this way, and at least this works for me. Hopefully your setup works for you. All right, everyone, take care, have a good one, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye.